Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to what is going to soon be an extinct map, but only right now considered endangered. It is in fact Ohana for Game 4 of the Acer Teamstory Cup North American qualifiers between Evil Geniuses and StarCraft Ascension. Spawning here in the lower right corner of the map. It's the Blue Zerg. He's a monster today. Up 3-0 in the series. It is EG's Revival.
And his opponent spawning up here in the top left-hand corner of the map, the pink Zerg player hailing from SCA, it is BioIce.
And again, another Zerg that they're throwing at Revival. This is mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, this is a little bit. Because they do have strong Terrans, and Terrans are widely considered to be pretty good in Heart of the Swarm, especially in TBZ. But a lot of that reigns true because of the maps. And when you're put on these smaller maps against Zerg, they actually have a lot of utility to try and stop, like put a stop to those massive multi-pronged drop play, not plonged.
Well, I know for a fact that StarCraft Ascension studied up pretty hard. They had about a week of practice preparing for this entire series, and it kind of like, even if they didn't, right? Like, let's say they went into this blind. They had no idea who Revival was or his playstyle. After seeing the 3 games already played, to me, I wouldn't want to send out a Zerg player, regardless of how good they were, how much confidence I had in them. So, I don't know. I'm really finding it questionable that they're throwing another Zerg at Revival.
You also have to take into consideration the roster available for them for the match. A lot of the times they don't necessarily have the capability to play every single player on the roster. EG runs into this problem a lot, where they're actually pigeonholed into only sending out a few of their lesser skilled players in order to seal up a victory. That's not actually always the case. But we do have an early pool coming out of here.
Well, forget early pool. Actually. Yeah, they both 10 pool. I was trying to point it out, but you're not
getting. It's quite common on Ohana.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about before with that all-in joke last game.
Yeah.
But the one big thing I want to point out is Revival didn't get the queen first. BioIce did. So defensively at home, he'll be in a better position. But he's moving out with 4 Zerglings to engage 6, and that's not something you want to do. Playback right away is a good choice. He's got to meet up with the other 2, because for the time being, he's very much outclassed in the middle of the map.
Alright, so this is the huge divergence here. We have Revival actually going for gas, whereas BioIce is going for a hatchery. He will defend this gasless, at least for the time being. I'd like to see another queen out of him when he does have the minerals to do so.
I'm curious if that gas is going to be for speed or just fast forward some banelings, but oh man, some really scrappy fight outside the main of the base here is going Revival's way. 3 of the Zerglings with barely any health. The queen, of course, will be able to clean this up if she decides to move out.
And here we do have another queen coming out here for BioIce. I like this decision. It's a lot. Oh, that was actually very nice micro there by BioIce. Not necessarily so in the first engagement, though.
He's chasing the Overlord instead of these Zerglings, and I really feel he needs to get in a position to defend, not chase the Overlord.
That's okay, though. Queens do what they want.
Yeah, Queens actually have... I don't know. Like, it blows my mind at how effective Queens are defending early pressure from any race. I mean, the damage they have is nice. They are pretty damn tanky with 175 health. And, of course, they're ranged more than anything else.
Yep. So we do have speed coming out here. This is the right choice, in my opinion. When you see your opponent going for a hatchery, bailing off of slowlings, it's really not going to do the damage that you have the potential to.
Yeah, all your opponent has to do is split.
Because of the queens. Like, they're pretty good at defending banelings. They can block a ramp. And as long as you keep your lings alive, they can pretty much deal with whatever comes.
But BioIce getting in here with a very large amount of Zerglings, forcing Revival to make 6 more for the time being, but not something he didn't want to do already.
And this is really nice because BioIce was actually committed to this via his defense earlier, but now he's actually forcing his opponent to kind of forgo his economy in lieu of making a couple more lings, getting some units on the map that he doesn't necessarily want.
Well, a couple of lings I think is an understatement. So we're going to have a ton popping here in just a sec.
Yeah, he's just going to follow us up with the all-in, and this will be actually pretty effective, more than likely. It's going to come down to the ramp block. If either of these queens fall, most likely his natural will as well.
Yeah, there's going to be the spy card to help as well, but again, when you've just got an overwhelming amount of Zerglings with speed, it's really hard to defend this, regardless of how your positioning is. But we'll have to see what Revival can pull off. Going to poke in here. See, the spine is in fact down. But, I mean, it's not like you can reel back from this. You don't want to be sitting in your base with, how many, 33 Zerglings?
Nope. No, you do not.
So he has to find a way to do some damage, and looks like he's going to try and circumvent the range of the Spine Crawler for the time being, but no, deciding to go for it. Spinecrawler getting surrounded very quickly, but the Queen's doing a ton of damage from the back. Lots of poking up. Beautiful transfuse is going to hold that Spinecrawler for the time being.
Transfuses are really like single-handedly winning this engagement for him. He has his second spine almost complete. A couple drones will fall though.
It's still going to be questionable because these Queens are very low. I mean, he's going to clean this up, but he can come back with another wave, and I feel let's just clean this up. One Queen does go down, so will the other. Only a spine left to defend, and nothing in the main.
And this is key for the follow-up, but Revival is actually choosing to make more drones.
Oh,
so it seems like at the moment this game will actually trudge on a little bit longer. Metabolic Boost hasn't been is just now starting for BioIce, but Revival had the option to deal the killing blow there. That would have been game if he followed this up with more lanes.
I gotta say, I agree with you on that, because, I mean, right now, these Zerglings, even though they're low health, they're still running around the main. They're just, I mean, not having speed up for this long is really hurting BioIce.
It's okay, though. I agree with his decision. I understand where he's coming from. He didn't have access to whether or not his opponent had speed, and he also didn't know initially whether or not he would kill those queens.
Revival managing to pick off another drone, by the way, sorry, just with these low health Zerglings.
Yeah, with these two ridiculously low health lings, yeah.
And that's speed for you, man. It's a hell of a drug.
And behind this, he's...
there you go. There you go.
Yeah, that was actually funny. And behind this, too, like, he's making injects, and he's, like, really using these lings to their utmost potential. Failing Nest coming down now for Revival.
Yeah, actually, a big point here, too, is the fact that Queen's been sitting on the ramp for so long. He's only got the one on the field. He's actually missing a lot of larva potential from lacking two Queens.
Yep.
Man, this Baneling Nest plus the second round of Zerglings is going to be so nasty, Panda.
I'm interested to see if BioIce can defend this. He does have two spine crawlers up. He has a fair amount of lings as well, but he does not have the ability at the moment to block the ramp.
But you forget, he does have the annoying lings, so everyone knows that the raptor wings provide more surface area. No, it doesn't. But spine crawler going down.
But he's actually going to hold this off because Revival didn't actually wait for his Bane Nest to complete, and that is a unfortunate misstep that there's really no excuse for.
He lost more workers because he was busy fighting everything. Only three. I mean, it's only 3 drones, but you consider the disparity right now of being. Well, actually, it's not that much, 30 to 38, but a lot of workers have been killed at this point. 10. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to make that go away so quick. 10 plus Queens. I mean,
and he wants to spine there too. Revival getting his layer up. He will transition to Mutilus most likely with 3 additional gas on the way. We should see him grab a third more. Wow, this is a lot of damage. Alright.
And it's right underneath the Overlord too. This is BioIce saying, like, come at me, Revival. Like, you can clearly see I've got a ton of Banelings on the way.
Yeah.
Revival's gonna try and get in here with some. Oh man, not.
That was almost a damn good hit. Now, this is going to be ridiculously difficult for Revival to defend. He has 2 more Banelings morphing in. If he can try and get these... No.
He's got to get him in the mineral line. He's got to start doing some damage.
Didn't do any damage.
Oh my god, he just needed like 5 on almost nothing. But he did pick up a ton of workers there. Let's check this out. 10 to 10 now at this point.
I don't know if it's the lag or what, but Revival did not control that nearly as well as he could have. 2 additional Banelings being morphed in here forward for BioIce, but Revival has a Spire behind this, and he still has the economy to be able to really make this Mutilus tech work for him.
He's already got a BioIce that just has a Macro Hatcher come down in the main while this is going on at the same time, so I'm really curious what he's planning to do with this. Is this going to be... I mean, it almost has to be continued circling aggression at this point, because he's not going to have Mutilus out in the field, or in time to get anything done. Forget numbers.
Oh, and the spine goes down, but the last queen lives with 1 HP. Oh, man.
And Zergling's now in the mineral line of Revival.
And he gets transfused! And subsequently will actually be able to defend the ramp and make it so that the Zergling attack from BioIce does no damage. That queen, man.
I feel the big problem here with BioIce, though, is he's constantly going... He's trickling in with
wave
units,
after wave after wave, yeah. He needs to do a concerted push to try and deal damage to his opponent here, because the Spire's done. He is out of time.
Well, actually, it's funny, because the Spire's done, but the reality is Revival's been spending so much gas and minerals on his own Baneling defense. Yeah. He's actually not going to be able to make like a big, scary Mutaclump.
But all he needs to do is defend this push. He has 3 Spine Crawlers coming. The Queen is dangerously low, though. He definitely does need the injects. The second Queen is on the way. 3 more Banelings. Oh, man. Revival is just keeping his drones alive.
I don't know how. Yeah, he is the magic man right now when it comes to Zerg defense, because, I mean, I don't know how many times we've seen a low queen on the ramp this game, Panda, but if
Yeah,
I had a nickel.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, well, continuing up with this aggression.
That first queen, man, that was a hero of the game, I want to say.
Well, the resources lost heavily in the favor of Revival right now.
Oh,
And
definitely.
again, I mean, he's only got 3 Mutalisks on the field, but that's all you need to start sniping off Banelings.
Yep.
And once Banelings are out of the equation, that's it.
BioIce didn't necessarily need to be clock efficient during this. He needed to straight up kill his opponent by whatever means necessary. The fact that he hasn't at this point and is still at a detriment the units lost have is really not boding well for him going forward.
Yeah, and every time he sneaks by into the main here, he gets stuck by this queen. Again,
There go a couple more workers, and for the first time in the game, we see BioIce actually take a worker lead.
but that can only last for so long as, again, we have Mutalisk to a player who...
Yeah, and the layer's just now morphing. Just now.
Well, actually, the funny thing, too, is the positioning of that... He chose to make his macro hatchery the layer, so it's not going to even be protected by the Spore Crawler.
Yeah.
This could get very dangerous very quickly. I really feel like he needs to just put down like 3 or 4 more Spore Crawlers, because what are you going to do? Like, you know your opponent already has Mutalisks on the field. There's no question about it.
Yeah, you know they're coming, too. Like,
and he's never going to catch up. You just, from playing behind, you just can't catch up. He doesn't have the gas bank, he doesn't have the mineral bank.
he does have 3 queens out, 2 with enough energy to transfuse. Unfortunately, due to lack of injects, not necessarily just an additional queen on the field.
Again, the aggression shut down. I mean, he keeps sneaking Zerglings
Yeah,
up
but
there.
the
He's killed.
these Zerglings are actually buying himself time to get these additional Spore Crawlers up. He's going for an Infestation Pit.
Good choice,
Yeah.
in my opinion. I mean, when you like
You
again,
can't go Mutas again. You can't go Mutas against a guy on a superior economy going Mutas earlier. Like, no.
well, actually, it's funny to say, but if BioIce had like some creep spread out and just moved a bunch of Spore Crawlers, I could see him kind of trying to take a Mutalisk fight. But no, definitely not. Not in the most situations.
Yeah. This is one of those maps where that will actually work too. On a lot of the bigger maps, both incorporated into HOTS and some of the newer in the end of the Wings of Liberty pools, that's just like not viable. But
This is
does
actually
get a speed scout via.
yeah, and this is really reassuring for him because he knows Revival's not been up on a third base while he's been applying pressure this whole time. But again,
that would
the
be the
Mutalisks-
biggest slap in the face. Like if you just like go and scout and you see a mining third base after like you've committed so many resources into the natural.
Oh god, how many Banelings have died at this point to
Yeah.
cause no damage in that
So you
natural?
just GG.
But alright, the
but no.
Mutalisks, they're starting to build up, and this is when it gets scary, because I think, what does
Yeah.
he need, like, is 20 or something to one-shot a Spore, and as soon as you get to that point, it's just, that's it. You're just gonna
Forget
move
the
in.
exact number.
I like the split, though. Like, Revival,
Yeah.
like, he's gotta know his opponent's doing something, and predicting Infestors, really good intuition.
Yeah.
Actually, did he...
Oh, another Ling run by, and this may actually kill a couple drones because the spine has not burrowed through whatever unfortunate misstep he took.
Yeah, and forget what I said about intuition. He did actually get a scout off with the Overseer on the infestation pit. Did not realize the Overseer was looming right there.
Yeah, a little bit out of vision.
But man, these Beetles are starting to build up and quick, and he's already working on +2 weapons. That
Yeah,
splash
here comes
damage.
Gas is 5 and 6 right now. Hydralisk down on the way off of 2 bases with all this tech in place already. I just don't know if he's gonna have the gas for it.
Oh yeah, he's already built so many Infestors at this point. There's just no way he can get a Hydralisk army. I mean, he'll have 3 or
It's
4,
third man.
5
The
even.
rocks aren't gonna be down in time. This is gonna go down.
Yeah,
gonna have
please
to
cancel.
cancel.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Infestors, again, like, Revival's doing a great job of keeping himself split for the most part, but he has been clumping up these last 3 or 4 move-outs with these Mutalisks, and again, all it takes is one, we saw it last game, one really good fungal can change the game around, if only temporarily.
Yeah.
But Revival even going for a 4th right now, very boldly stating, like, I see you have no 3rd. I will gladly take my 4th.
Yeah, not enough players do this. They're just like, oh, I won the game. Alright.
Yeah, that's
No,
it.
Revival's like, I won the game, I want to win the game more. I want to be in a better lead.
Oh man, that
Spore
Spore Crawler
going
getting
down,
no
each of the queens
transfuses.
going down, all of the anti-air dying. The Infestors are on the way though, so Revival does need to be careful.
And the problem is these Mutalisks were actually spread, well not spread, but enough that, oh, never mind, take that back, the fungal landing on most of them.
Oh my god,
We'll
the
clean
second
this
one
up.
going down. All these Beetles will die.
The Hydrals are cleaning this up very quickly. No, oh, some do get away. Should be sniped off here.
Oh, Jesus.
But I gotta say, if
That
Revival,
was a slaughter.
That was a slaughter, but Revival's got that 4th base, and if
Oh,
he
oh,
was...
Totally. His opponent's on 28 drones. Like, he can afford to do this.
Oh,
He can't
God.
afford to do it consecutively.
When did it
whereas his
become
opponent has
61
an easy game.
drones to 30?
Yeah, it's... things aren't looking all too great for BioIce, but
Both
this
players...
hatchery will survive.
Actually, I
Alright,
would
so
like
this
to
is a
comment.
win for BioIce.
Both players with dead even workers lost at this point, so this is just Revival simply being ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually interesting. Interesting to note.
Those Mutilas coming back in the main, wanting some action.
Yeah, I like the changeling there, position of the 3rd. It's a really good spot for it.
Oh, the Zergling, yeah. It's hard to spot. I hate when players play pink. Pinks
Oh,
are
man, yeah, the
changelings. Like, come on,
Yep.
give me a break here. Because of course they don't even
And
show
the
up
fact
on the
that they're
minimap.
Zerg, too. I mean, it's like it's a double piss off.
Yeah. All right. Well, the Mutilas going for that 3rd, but BioIce pushing out. We'll have to see if this is going
I
to
can
bite him in
actually
the ass.
see this working right now.
Yeah,
there are a
if
lot
he
of
can-
spines up, but at the cost of very little defensive units, and he doesn't have Baneling speed yet either.
Oh, does he not know about the... He doesn't know about the 4th. He could really go in there and just take that real quick, but... Alright, gonna push up through the spines. Couple fungals going off on Zerglings. Questionable choice, but Baneling's rolling in. Nice fungals in the first couple. Mutila swarming overhead. Gonna get a fungal off
They
their
get
energy.
fungal, though, outside of the range of the spine collars, though, but it doesn't matter.
The Hydralisks have gone down, and GG.
The Baneling's connected, like, right as I was saying that, I was like, ah.
Is Revival really gonna all kill this? I love SCA, man, but at this rate... Who knows?
Revival's a pretty good player, I've heard.
Yeah, apparently. Well, guys, we'll have to see who SCA sends out next for Game 5 in the Acer Teamstory series.